Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Openly Expressive. I'm your host, Naisha. So let's get into it. I think I'll entitle this episode, Being Vulnerable Can Fuck Your Life Up. A lot of the times we are vulnerable and we allow certain things to occur in our lives. We allow certain people to be placed in our lives and they just totally screw it up. And, we place responsibility on others on how they have done us in life, but ultimately we have to place blame on ourselves because we allowed said actions to occur. We have the power to, allow people to trigger our emotions, but oftentimes when you are vulnerable, when you are tainted, those actions that are, spewed towards your way that are negative, you kind of bypass it, you overlook the red flags and all of the freaking signs that you should just exit stage left with a person or a situation, and you just accept things because you are fragile. Being vulnerable is a very fragile state, and people play on that. People play on that as it being a weakness. And it's so sad to me because, listen, if I'm coming to you vulnerable, if I'm coming to you broken, and you know these things about me because I am very transparent, and the closer someone is to me, the more open I am to, exposing my shit. And I just feel like the closer I have allowed people into my life, I won't even say everybody because I have some good Judies, some good girlfriends that I could say anything to and they will never betray me. They will never take what I say and make me feel fucked up about doing a certain thing, or, they would just never make me feel like shit because they genuinely care. And the funny part is some of them I have two good Judies that I never even met in person. Like, we just vibed wholeheartedly off of the internet and we just kept it funky for a few years and currently, and like those are my girls. And then I have three other friends that I've known since I was a child. Some of us fell out, some of us came back together now, and I really needed that. I think sometimes when you fall out with people, you have to kind of think like, whatever we've gone through in the past, is it worth throwing the friendship away per se, So I didn't think it was worth it. We all fell out. We came back together, and they're helping me through some things and vice versa. You need people on your side that are not going to play on your vulnerability and screw you over and make you feel like shit for exposing your truth. So that's a shout out to my homegirls, and they know who they are. I swear I will always be down for them too. Including my daughter. She be there for me too. Like, she's my mini best friend. So, sometimes I don't like to be vulnerable because it seems like as soon as I express myself in being vulnerable and all of the shit that has happened to me in the past, even currently, those people take it and they run with it. And it's just like, damn, I thought you cared about me. Because if I didn't think that you cared about me, I wouldn't expose my shit. I wouldn't have exposed to you that I'm in need of love or affection, or just, I'm in need of rebuilding me. And in the process of rebuilding me, I tend to gravitate towards people because I care for them, and it has seemingly have been the wrong people each and every damn time, especially males, and it's just like, damn, I know I have daddy issues, yes, and that replays heavily on a person's life because ultimately we just all want love. So when you have those issues as a child, you gravitate towards people who maybe have the attributes of the thing that you were looking for or longing for to fill that void. But shit, it doesn't. My daddy issues stem deep. And as I told you guys before, I was molested before. So it's like I'm really screwed to the point where I have accepted so many sucky men in my life. Even down to my marriage, I have accepted so many sucky men who came to me with lackluster qualities. And it has nothing to do with anything financially because shit, I've messed with people who have plenty money, who are very okay financially, but at the end of the day, what the hell does that mean? And it's crazy how a lot of females, we gravitate towards men who have money, and we're like, yeah, he got money. I've never really been that person because, listen, at the end of the day, that's that man paycheck. He decides if he wants to spend it on you or not. He decides if he wants to wine and dine you or not. And guess what? If he's a jaded, shitty ass individual, he ain't gonna do nothing but give you the wood. That's it. That's it. Don't expect anything. Some people are very well incapable of doing anything else but providing something physically. That's it. Some people are so emotionally detached from life and from their own emotions, so they damn sure are not going to give about yours, that the only thing that they can give you is sexual pleasure. That is it. That is it. Or maybe a seat on the couch, as far as, being physically close to someone else. Other than that, don't look for certain things out of certain people, because certain people, when they enter your life with those red flags that we tend to often overlook, and not only do they have the red flags in their hand, they have it all over their entire outfit, honey. Their entire outfit is red flagged out. And we just bypass that because we just want someone to be there, care for us, love on us, love us, So that whole being vulnerable, that allows you to allow the suckiest of the trash box people in your life. And the crazy part is they're so presentable on the outside. So you're like, you know what? They can't be screwed up. Everything looks okay on the outside. Shit. Let me be able to dissect this person. Because once you dissect that person, you start finding out they are the messiest of the mess. And you're like, wow, I thought I was tainted. But you got me beat, honey. You got me absolutely beat. And the saddest shit about it is that, you come into a relationship or you allow someone in your life when you're broken, and they are equally broken, if not more, and they fuck you over. And it's like, my friend, my dude, my guy, my girl, my friend, whatever you are to me, when you entered my life, you exposed your story, because we all have a story, okay? It's just different chapters, different books, whatever, but ultimately we all have a story. When I told you the pages in my story, you knew it was fucked up, but you told me the pages in yours, and yours was equally, or if not more fucked up. I was concerned about your story. I was willing to put forth effort to helping you through your journey and get your book right for your happily ever after. But me, when I told you my shit and I spilled out all of my shortcomings and everything else that I have going on in life that has not been so good or has happened to me in the past, when I exposed that to you, instead of you nurturing me like I, strive to nurture someone that I care about, you shitted on me. You shitted on me on the whole toilet. You shitted on me and you forgot to wipe, and the shit just stayed, honey. You didn't give me no wipey or nothing. You left me shitted on in every sense of the word. You just left me shitted on, like, yo, I don't care about you. I came into this situation with you because I want gratification on however I want it. Now, whatever you want in life, listen, you might have to seek that somewhere else. But I respect the person if people would just be like this. Listen, I'm going to come into your life. I'm going to wreak havoc. I'm not going to be about shit. I'm going to be emotionally unavailable. I am not going to give you the time and dedication that you require for you to heal and for us to grow together as a couple or a friendship or whatever. I respect if you can keep it funky with me from day one, from the get-go. And then it would be me being a fool and being like, yeah, I'm going to rock with that person. I'm going to keep it pushing with that person because I see no progression. Yeah, that's just what I want to do. Stay stagnant and even more fucked up than I was when I came into the situation with you. That's what I want to do. Let me make that choice of being a fool, damn it. Don't deceive someone. Don't deceive someone into pretending you masked all your bullshit. You swept it under the rug. You pretended that everything was all sweet, and then once the person get close to you, it's like, yep, time to shit on them. The real me is about to come out and show them how ingenuine I am. Listen, we grown. How come when it's time to disrespect and violate somebody verbally because you feel disrespected or you just got caught in your shit and you ready and willing to just like spew out all of the nasty, disrespectful shit that you can out of your mouth when you feel like it? It's so easy. But how come when it's like, time to be vulnerable, time to be caring, time to be soft and loving and, cater to someone's needs and also cater to yours because your shit stinks, honey? You need to clean up your act. How come when it's time for us to do all of the things to help ourselves as well as help others along the way, why when it's time to do that, it seems so difficult to some people? But it's very easy to be disrespectful. It's very easy to hurt someone. It's very easy to be careless with someone's heart. It's very easy to not give a damn about someone's mental well-being. Because all the while you're tearing them and breaking them down, it's somehow making you feel big about yourself when you're screwing them over. Is that making your issues subside and diminish? No. You're just pushing your issues and shit aside for the moment of pleasure or However you being pleasured by being in that person's life and being a sucky person, whether it's tormenting them and bringing up their past and making them feel lower than they already felt when they exposed their information to you, or it's just using them sexually, or whatever the situation is, whatever gratification that you're getting in reference to making this person feel like shit, it's somehow making you forget about your shit. Like how men just be so damn promiscuous, sleeping with a lot of women, getting STDs, giving out STDs, getting people pregnant, leaving them to have a miscarriage or an abortion or be a single mom. It's like, okay, they don't care, because guess what? He screwed you and he duped you and he did whatever else he felt to do physically to gratify him for the moment. And guess what? After that, you got a wet bottom, you're done, and you're sent home. And then he goes wreak havoc, that same havoc that he just wreaked on you in your life. Because a lot of the times when us women have sex with a man and we are intimate with a man, it is intimate for us. It's not just sex. We build a bond. Because remember, ladies, when a man has sex with you, he is entering your body. So there's more of an attachment that you have towards him because he has entered you. We are not entering these men. Even if we're sitting on a honey, to be candid, let's be for real. We're not entering their body. We're not entering a hole in them. So, of course, it's easier for them to not have a damn attachment to us or the child that they make with us or anything like that. And, of course, they don't have a bond with that child a lot of the times because it's growing inside of us. A lot of the stuff grows inside of us. A lot of the things enter us and, and we tend to have some type of emotion to it, to where if it's not there in our lives anymore, we feel like we're fucking falling apart. And a lot of females' issues all boil down to a man, whether it's her father where it starts, or it's a male that she's seeing or sleeping with or whatever. And it's funny because a lot of people, when a female is promiscuous, she's a whore. When a man is promiscuous, he's just looked at as a man. That's normal? That's normal? Because guess what? If it was normal, honey, for you to just sleep around and do what you needed to do, you felt that you needed to do with a plethora of women, if that was the norm, there would be not such thing as STDs, because it would be something that is supposed to occur. So obviously, sex between two people, it should be intimate, it should be based on love, and it should only be based on monogamy. Because that way, guess what? AIDS, it came out in the 1980s, okay? So if it came out in the 1980s, why the hell in 2022, going on 23, is it still in existence? That's because nobody is being monogamous. Not nobody, but a lot of people are not. A lot of people are playing Russian roulette with their health. They are not taking things seriously. And then you get people who are vulnerable, and she's letting her guard down. She's sleeping with people, this and that. And, then she contracts something. And that shit is so sad to me. Like, when women sleep around, you calling her a whore, but are you dissecting the reason why maybe she's sleeping around? She's not sleeping around to get, self-gratification. She's sleeping around because, listen, maybe she feels that if she has sex with this man, she'll be more close to this man. He'll love her or love her more, but most likely she's just looking for love because it seems like you guys don't love nobody. But so I won't even say love her more. She's just looking for love, and when she doesn't get it, she tries to move on and find it somewhere else. But men, on the other hand, you guys, just like with my Why Do Men Cheat and Why Do Women Cheat, my episode on that, you guys just cheat or sleep around with different women because it's a notch on your belt. It boosts your ego. It makes you feel more masculine. I guess you feel like the man when you have a plethora of women on all those notches on your damn belt. But to a woman, when she's being promiscuous, it doesn't make her feel good. It makes her feel slutted out and shitty. But she's just longing to be loved. And she accepts that while being vulnerable in any way that is given. And you damn men just take advantage of the fact that she's vulnerable and she's looking for love. And she just wants someone, we all want somebody to love on us and love us at the end of it all. But a lot of people take love as a damn, something that they're allergic to. And the sad part is most of them are men. Now, I don't know if it's because you guys weren't given, proper love when you were younger. So you don't have the father figure to show you how to love a woman. And your mom probably wasn't about shit either, because she wasn't even, and I wouldn't even put the blame on her because she got daddy issues too, honey. So, and also, how does she raise a man? She don't really know how to raise a man by herself. So you're in this one-parent household. You don't have an example on how to love a woman. So when you get a woman, you don't love her. You just do her and, you love it for the moment, but you don't love her. A lot of the people walk around here pretending that they love somebody, when actuality, women, we need to get a reality check and face the fact it was never love, it was lust. You were laid and sprayed and tossed to the curb like you were a piece of trash, honey. And that's what being vulnerable gets a lot of us women. I wouldn't even say men, please. This is not to bash men, but let me tell you something, honey. Men have done so much damage from the time of being our fathers to the time of being someone that we were quote unquote intimate with. And you guys have done so much damage to us, and then you call us bitches, and you know, I can't be with her, she's crazy, she's this, she's that. You label us so many titles, but you don't realize that we didn't come into the world scorned. We weren't born scorned. Someone and something has affected our lives to the point that we are hurt and we just act out. Just like when a female's in a relationship and she finds out he's cheating or he's doing something, this and that. And it's just like, you know, I wouldn't even say she overreacts, but she acts irate and everything. She becomes irate and, you know, uncontrollable. And then what happens? Oh, that bitch is crazy. Blah, blah, blah. All of this stuff, all of this negative things that you have to say about her. But let's dig deep and find out, why is she acting this way? Is she under, you know, the perception that you guys were in a committed relationship? You were exclusive? Is she under that assumption? Because guess what? That's what you claim that it was. That's what you portrayed it to be. You might not have said it in words, but guess what? After a certain amount of time of being with an individual, you spend so many hours out the years. Let's accumulate the hours and the time that you spend with a person. You start to think that, you know, maybe sometimes it has to be verbally said and felt, because a lot of the times we assume the more time we spend with somebody, they are completely ours. They are not. If this man has not fully expressed to you that you are his one and only, that you are the apple of his eye, that you are his end all be all, that he sees you in his future, he wants to build with you. If he has not expressed those things, lady, guess what? Do not think that it is. It is not. Because when a man wants something, he expresses it. When he wants to buy a new car, what does he do? He goes to the dealership, he tells the guy what he wants, how much he wants to pay, and he drives off the lot with his new car, correct? When someone wants to go get something to eat, they figure out where they want to go in a restaurant, and they go sit down. They go to that restaurant, they sit down, they have that meal, correct? They tell the waiter or the waitress what they want, correct? So if he's not telling you exactly what he wants, where he sees it going with you or not going with you, if he's not being very open on the type of relationship that he wants with you, don't assume, honey. Because when you assume, you know what they say, you make an ass out of yourself. I have been made the ass out of myself. You know, I've been made an ass many times, honey. I am 41 and I feel like I'm still being made an ass out of. And the crazy part is, I have gained a bigger ass by being an emotional eater, by being so scorned through situation that I am an emotional eater, and I've gained weight, my booty gotten bigger. So in every sense of the word, I've made an ass out of myself. And you know, yesterday and these past few weeks, I have not been mentally okay, and I had a breakdown yesterday, honestly. And you know, I didn't have so many good thoughts, and you know, I felt defeated. Today I don't feel defeated because, as I mentioned before, these episodes that I record for you guys are very therapeutic for me. So I don't feel defeated, and I do know that someday, you know, will be the beginning of my happily ever after. But I do know that ultimately I have to seek it within first. I can't expect anyone in my life to make me happy. That is a responsibility of mine. They can only be an added bonus, which means I have to come with something already. I have to come to the table with my shit together. So therefore, you know, them being added to my life will just be a bonus. And when they leave it, for whatever reason, either if I left them or they left me or whatever the situation, FYI, people, I don't get left. Okay? I leave. It might take me a while to do so and being foolish, but I leave. And what people don't really, that's my I'm squeaking something in my car, guys. But a lot of the times people take you being vulnerable as you being completely stupid and think that you're always going to remain in their life. That's not true. Sometimes we just need certain things to happen to us continuously until we were like, you know what, enough is enough. And at my state in life, at my point in life right now, I'm at the stage of enough is enough. Like, how many times can I allow certain type of individuals? And the crazy part is, most of the times when I have allowed people in my life, it has been the same type of person. You know, they just came packaged in a different boat. That's it. But it's been the same type of person. And I don't understand that. I guess because, you know, I haven't attended to my needs mentally. And in turn, I gravitated towards people who shouldn't have never been in my presence. But that's the thing about being vulnerable. That's the thing about being, you know, not whole and complete in your life. So you just accept the BS. It's time that we start working on ourselves and stop accepting the BS. And I think that, you know, I mentioned before that I was molested. So it happened when I was 7 years old. And I just feel like perhaps the most traumatic time that has happened to any of us as a child in our childhood, I think that that's where we mentally stop growing. We mentally stop developing because that has scorned us mentally so much. It's hard to move on and progress and grow. So I feel like I'm probably still mentally the 7-year-old girl. Yes, I grew up, you know, yes, I became smarter and wiser in certain aspects as far as what not to do. I know not to touch a stove, you know, I know not to run with a knife. I know the dangers of life and things like that. But as far as being people to people, person to person with someone, I guess since being 7, being trusting in someone, not knowing that they would hurt me, and then I found out the hard way because I was close to that person. So it's like, damn, I'm just gonna keep allowing people in my life to hurt me. The closer that they get, the more that I allow them, you know, to have access to hurting me, because that's all I was conditioned to getting. Yes, daddy issues. Yes, being molested. Yes, not being properly loved by my parents. My father's absence. My mom's inadequacy to fully love me properly. So it's just like, I am warped, okay? And I have gravitated towards people who are equally, if not more, warped. And how do you expect 2 wounded birds to fly? You need to get those wings fixed first, right? You can't fly, you can't soar if you are not completely fixed and ready to take off. You can't. And, you know, we attract people who have certain traumas as us, whether it's a childhood trauma or a current trauma. We attract certain people like that because, you know, it's a comfortable space. Because guess what? If I was fully mentally healed and things like that, I don't want anybody in my life who is mentally screwed, because I wouldn't allow that. I would not allow that. It would be like, get the fuck out of here. So I just think that the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to you as a child, and I'm not sure if everyone has something traumatic that happened to them as a child. Maybe you don't even remember. But I feel that at that age is when mentally you became warped and mentally the growth has stopped. Yeah, sure, you developed all of the... I'm not even going to say all, because there are some adults who you look at them and you be like, what's going on? Because you do not seem normal. You do not carry the traits of a person your age. What's going on right now? So that's what I feel. At your most traumatic state as a child, that's when you didn't fully continue to develop mentally. And you just allow these behaviors because that's all you know. So now it's like, okay, what do you do next? How do you move forward? How do we move forward and progress to the point that all of the past traumas no longer weigh heavy in our mental? How do we do that? Because even with a therapist, you might get certain, tools or certain activities they give you that you can do to get your mind off of certain things. But ultimately, things that have been embedded in your mind that was traumatic, especially because it seems like the bad always outweighs the good as far as continuously thinking of things. I can't really, whatever quote unquote happy moments, and honestly, I told you guys, I don't ever remember being happy. Even giving birth to my children, I don't remember being happy, because it was like, yes, of course I love them, they are a blessing, and I wouldn't trade them in for anything, but I don't remember that as other women would as a happy moment, because it wasn't like, it didn't come about in a healthy relationship with neither of my children. It did not come about with a healthy relationship. So it's just like, okay, I'm a mom now for the first time then. And then my other two children, okay, I'm a mom again. And now what? Now what? Even when I was married, still am, and I need a divorce. But, even when I was married, I was a single parent. To be transparent, because it wasn't an active person. I mean, not present, not being in the present in my face. They wasn't there every day. It was doing their thing, So I still, even married, am a single parent. So, there was never a time that I could just say to you guys, man, I was happy as heck. Like I said before, I don't even know what that feels like. I know the word, of course. We all do. The meaning of it. But I don't know what it feels like. And I feel so emotional right now. I've been very emotional lately, crying and things like that. Been going through stuff, hormones all out of whack because of situations. But you live and you learn, right? Supposedly. Because, damn, I've been living for 41 years so far, and I have not learned my lesson yet, apparently. Because when you learn something, it means you know something, and you do better with the knowledge that you obtain from the situation of knowing better. But, damn, it feels like I'm not doing any better. Financially, yeah, I am. Because I wear all of these hats and stuff like that. And, but money doesn't mean everything. I mean, it could buy you a moment of pleasure, and then what else? After that, then what? And I have developed a bad shopping habit. Like, oh man, it's out of this world. I checked my bank and it said I was spending like almost $4,000 a month just on frivolous things, and I'm like, what? What am I buying? Even when I go to these little bargain stores, little 99-cent stores, I'm like, let me go get some, some hair clips or some tissue or something just like not important. I just find reasons to go inside of every store that I walk past and buy something. And Amazon, oh my gosh. I told you guys I shopped with Amazon so much. They made me an influencer where I have that little store where I can advertise products or outfits or just whatever, and I get paid off for that. So I have my own little storefront with them, and then it got so intense to be shopping with them that now I am an actual person who has my own store on Amazon. So it's called the Assortment Shop, with 2 P's and 1 E at the end. So I have to get my inventory for that, So I'm doing my thing as far as business-wise, and then I told you guys I'm going to start real estate school, and I got this podcast going on and deals from that, sponsorships and ads and stuff, and paid interviews. So I got things going on, I got a lot of things going on, health and wellness coach. Crazy part is I'm a damn health and wellness coach, and I'm not even attending to my own health and my own wellness. What part of the game is that? How does that make sense? A lot of us are always able and available to have the advice and, will to help others, and we just leave ourselves in the dark. I need to turn the light on so I can see. I need to see clearly. Because, man, I've been in the dark on a lot of things. I've been betrayed in many ways. It's so overwhelming. Like the thoughts that I had yesterday pertaining to life and just a lot of things, it really weighed on my mind heavy. It's to the point now I'm so worn down physically and mentally, that I just fall asleep out of nowhere. And I don't even know that I'll be asleep until I wake up and be like, damn, I dozed off, didn't know that. And I have so much on my mind. So much going on with me physically, mentally. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. And I really need to make room for healthy things. That's like, I have, let's say, for example, you got mac and cheese, fried chicken, green, all of the greasy things that we should not eat on a daily basis, let alone eat it all, but we should definitely not eat on a daily basis. I have all of those things on my plate in a figurative sense. Like, clear my plate, honey. I need to get some veggies up on that thing, some smoothies in my cup. That's physically, and, speaking in terms of just giving examples of how my life needs to be in order in a certain way. Everything needs to be clean. Everything needs to be healthy. That enters my life, enters my body, just everything needs to be clean and healthy. I can't say I don't know where to start, because first of all, start with prayer, honey, okay? Yeah, it sounds cliche, but prayer is really the answer to all things. And a lot of times, when we pray, we don't put forth the action to back that prayer up. Yeah, we will get things that we pray for if God sees fit. But also, when we pray for things, I also feel that He wants us to work towards those things that we pray for. Because sometimes we just figure, you pray, you should get it automatically. That's not how it goes, honey. You pray, you must put forth action behind that. Because, I feel that He meets you halfway, I feel. Sometimes we are so misguided in life and so screwed up in life that we just want Him to take over everything and do everything for Himself. I don't think that He will always do that. I think maybe if you are completely destitute in certain forms in life, certain ways in life, that maybe He knows that mentally or physically that you are too incapable of doing so, then I think that that's when He takes the wheel. Like, okay, his child is suffering enough, let me take over completely. Because clearly, them having a hand in the situation is screwing them over, and they are not doing themselves any justice. They are doing nothing but injustice to themselves. So I think that's when He does. But most of the time, I really think He wants you to meet Him halfway. Like, why should He do all of the work? He provided you with the body that you live in, He provided you with the spirit, the soul, the health sometimes. Sometimes the health is not at 100%, like mine is not at 100%. So it's just like He provides you with these things, and He's like, listen, I gave you the essentials. You're going to have to work with me. It's just like when you give your kids money for doing chores or whatever. You're not going to just give them the money because they're your kids. You give them guidance, and then you give them money for the chores that they do, and be like, job well done. And this is how life is. You get rewarded for the things that you do. So it's just like, I do realize a lot of the things that I am going through right now and past and all that other stuff, I just feel that, I want to say it's karma. But man, I think I've been dealt some karma, man. Sheesh. I really have. I feel like that. It's either karma or it's definitely a wake-up call from God. Like, snap out of it, stupid. Not saying that He's calling me stupid, but the things I have done was stupid. So I feel like He's just like, snap out of it. Like, how many chances am I going to give you in life for you to get it right? Like, listen, you screwed up here, you screwed up there, you screwed up very badly, and it could have been worse. It could have been worse, because a lot of the things that I have put myself in position to being around or involved in could have ended my life. Seriously. Even down to the car accident. Even childbirth, a woman can die from that, God forbid, So, and it's not worth it. A lot of the things are not worth it. Especially, you got certain women dying from childbirth by, procreating with a man who don't give a damn if she breathe or not. A lot of the things that we go through in this life is simply not worth it. And we are so screwed up mentally that we take that risk. We play Russian roulette with our lives all the time by dating funky men that we know are no good, procreated with funky men that we know have no good intent for us or that child, by involving ourselves in terrible company that you know the outcome ultimately will not be satisfying to your lifestyle. And it's just like, man, I fucked up again. Sheesh. It comes to the point you mess up so much in life that you're like, do I even know how to not mess up? At this point, I'm saying, like, I could give so much great advice, but I'm saying to myself, for me, do I even know how to, take the advice I give to others? I am so hurt right now. I just said right now. But I am so hurt right now. I wish that I could really, get in depth of what I speak of. But, man, I'm really hurt right now. I'm disappointed in myself. And, we place blame on others, but ultimately you must place the blame on yourself. I am very disappointed in self right now. I need to be doing so much better right now in life, and it's just like, when am I going to start? Because it doesn't matter how many accolades someone has, how many, hats someone has on their belt, how they're doing financially or anything like that. At the end of it all, none of that matters. Because let's be for real, on Judgment Day, you're not taking a paycheck with you. God don't care nothing about what you got in your pockets, honey. At all. Because the riches that he spew out to you, that he can distribute to you, your little chump change to him, because that's all it is. Your little chump change to him, honey, don't mean nothing. There is no ATM. There is no register. There is no bank. There is no financial institution in heaven. So it's just like trying to fulfill your life with material things and things that are only acquired by being financially okay. What does that mean? That means nothing. It means nothing. All those trips you take and this and that, all those bags you buy, all those sneakers, all those clothes and jewelry and all these things that we obtain to make ourselves feel better physically. Is it helping mentally? It's not. Like, I'm even going on my trip to Hawaii next month that I just sporadically planned. It's just like, okay, I get there, I enjoy it for the time being. Or, will I? Because I have so many things, that's weighing on my mind right now, that's just running rampant in my mind, in my thoughts. Will I enjoy my trip? I was speaking to a friend yesterday, and I was speaking to a few of my friends yesterday because they was getting me out of my funk. So I really appreciate all my Judies. I really do. About 5 good Judies. I really appreciate them. Even if, like, a couple of them, we had our times where we didn't speak about it, It's good to have friends. It's really good to have friends. So I'm appreciative of that, because they really talked me off the ledge, so to speak, I was really not okay mentally at all. This morning, I'm still not okay. I'm not 100%, but I'm not going to say that I was at 0% yesterday, like yesterday, because yesterday, man, you could not tell me that anything was going to be okay. You could tell me, but I wasn't very receptive to thinking. So all I know is, moving forward, I can't allow certain people to have access to me. Because if you think about it, most things that have happened to us, what was the surroundings? What was the atmosphere? What was the group of people that were involved in it? And then you think about it like, yo, this traumatic or that traumatic episode has happened on the account of or on the doing from someone else. And it's like, damn, they violated the heck out of me. Because if you just sitting down chilling, you by yourself, you don't intentionally do harm to yourself. But it seems like once you allow somebody else in, and 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, if you are broken, you are allowing the wrong person in. And once you allow that wrong person in, it hits the fan, honey. Man, I swear I regret mostly every adult that I've ever allowed in my life. I regret allowing them in it. I really do. Especially men. Females too, because, I think that I thought that I have developed a bond with certain people and they just try me. And that's one thing I don't like to do is be tried. I don't like to have done to me is be tried. Even with men, like, please don't try me. That's one thing. A lot of people have hurt me because I allow them to, clearly. But no matter how physically strong I am, mentally I'm not as strong. And I know that. Like, I could, the strength that I have been known to drag men from one room to another, okay? When I felt physically violated or whatever. That's how I was operating, because I was bullied as a child, like I told you guys. So I had to develop that hardness in me. So I didn't care if you was a man or a female. You was going to get dragged or whatever else I did to you. That was very bad. That wasn't the way to be at all. And I also know that my actions, the way that I react to things or reacted to things, have also allowed another person to see me as an individual that they just, hey, she entertains the chaos. Let's keep it going. So now I'm trying to carry myself in a manner where, listen, take that BS over there, man. I ain't making no time for that, for real. And certain individuals who used to cause said chaos in my life, because I allowed them, I'm not even gonna place the blame on others. I allowed it. People only treat you the way that you allow them, honey. So start placing the blame on yourself. But those certain people that I allowed to create chaos in my life because I partook in the action of reciprocating said foolishness with them, they thought it was okay then, but my demeanor has changed now. So those said individuals that have to be in my life because of a certain attachment or whatever, that drama subsided because, listen, I'm not about to play this game with you. You come to me with respect, or I'm going to hang the phone up on you, kick you out of my house, close my door, or, disassociate from you. Block you, do whatever I got to do, whether it's blocking you on the phone or out of my life, period. I no longer entertain that space of negativity. So I think that's why right now, I've always had mental breakdowns, it seemed like, because once one thing has happened, I just replay every bad thing that's happened. And that's what I'm at in my life. That's the point that I'm at in my life right now. Like, I really had a mental breakdown yesterday, guys. I really did. I really, really did, to be honest. And it was because I'm going through something. I mean, it's about to be finished. That situation is definitely, taken care of, but as of yesterday, I completed everything that I need to complete to take care of everything that I needed to take care of for me to be well mentally and physically. But it's just like it was on account of, allowing the wrong people in my life. So physically I'm fine now, but mentally I'm not, because I just keep replaying shit in my mind like, damn, how could I allow myself in this space again? How could I keep allowing the same type of individuals in my life? Whether it's someone that I've known in the past and I just allow them in my life again in the present, or if it's someone new, it's just like, how do I keep meeting these? You know what? I really just felt like throwing up just now, because how could you just keep allowing a type of person in your life? No more us. The ussy people, no more of them. So guys, anyway, in closing, when you are vulnerable, please try your best not to allow someone in your life that will definitely play in that vulnerability and, taint your life and make you even more vulnerable than you were when you first entered theirs. Life can be fucked up when you are vulnerable. When you are vulnerable, You allow things that you won't allow if you weren't. So guys, that's my chat for today. Just make sure you always take care of yourself physically and most of all mentally, because if you take care of yourself mentally, or your physical probably will be intact. Everything is aligned, I feel. So I wish you all a happy, successful, blessed, blissful, joyful life. And most of all, I wish that you have the best of mental health and the best of physical health as well. Remember, people, don't allow anyone to infiltrate your space in a negative manner. So I love you guys for listening. Take care until I chat again. Bye, babies. You have just listened to the second episode of Season 2 of Openly Expressive.